another planet? Is Janet from 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 another planet?
Today's digital landscape with the spread of false information can lead to dangerous outcomes. It's crucial for everyone to think critically and verify sources and reflect on the impact of what they share. Let's promote responsible communication to ensure that truth prevails and actions remain rooted in reality.
The opinions you're about to hear on this show are strictly those of the panel.
The following program is rated TV MA LSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to After Hours Clintoncide. Basically, I named it that because it's like the Clintons are committing suicide on their own by lying their asses off when there's so much evidence out there about everything they're saying. So basically, hopefully we'll see somebody up on some kind of charges for lying to Congress. But heck, with this Congress, who knows? I mean, they're disgusting. Most of them anyways, at least 60 something of them out of all of them are halfway decent. But yeah, I've been really let down by all these people. But I've been saying it since since before Trump was even in office, that most of them, rode in on his coattails saying they're America first when their votes prove they aren't. They're for themselves, and they make me ill to say that. But I wanted to open up and let you see what's on screen. It's so funny because Hillary constantly said she didn't even know Ghislaine Maxwell. She doesn't remember ever meeting her. And there's photos of her at their daughter's wedding. And this right here is years after the abuse stuff came out. they were talking about it and stuff like that. Here she is being given an award, a special honor at a Clinton Global Initiative event. And it's just plain as a nose on our face that they lied through their teeth. And her husband couldn't help himself oogling and ogling over pictures, reminiscing while he's sitting in the chair that his own lawyer had to snatch papers from him, and he's fighting to get them back from her just so he can look at pictures of him in a hot tub with a bunch of young girls and stuff like that. It's disgusting. They are disgusting. Oh, they're repulsive. But I'm thankful that we're starting to see the leaks, the little cracks in the dam, as you might say, for the Clintons, because a lot of people have already known what disgusting pigs they are. And I have the right to say that because I have voted against them before. So when they were running for office in the state of Arkansas, because I did live here at the time, I think when Clinton ran the very first time, when he won, because he had tried to run before and they lost because they didn't have any kids and a few other things. That's what they said. So that's one reason why they decided to have a kid, is to help his chances of becoming governor of Arkansas. It's like, oh, just all of it repulses me, makes me ill to my stomach. They were horrible people. And Bill Clinton even played golf at an all-white golf course. And nobody gave a shit. Nobody talked about any of this stuff. And nobody cared about any of the Epstein stuff until Trump became president. That's the only time you heard anything about it. And now they're blaming everything on this administration. Oh, it's all their fault, blah, 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 blah. When all this right here is coming out, it's proving that they're doing everything in their power to stop anything from coming out the best they can, and lying and lying and lying. I'm still shocked that they even showed up, honestly. But I just wanted to start off with that wonderful photo. So you can zoom in and see her standing there, happy as can be, because she was getting honored by the Clintons, because she fits right in, and she knew the Clintons were lapping up every second of being with her and her partner in crime. It's disgusting. But I want to go to the first thing I have. Let me turn this off. So give me a second. And go to this first thing that I have picked out for tonight. Oops, I clicked on the wrong button. Sorry. I think it's this one. Yeah, here we go. This is the first one I had pulled up. This was something that came across my timeline I thought was pretty interesting. It says the Wiener laptop, the device that could end the Clintons and half of DC. It's just as bad. It's even worse, supposedly, than Hunter's laptop, which we now know is real. So we also know this one was real. But I can't wait to get to find out more about this stuff. But it is tons of stuff. And the fact that she lied under oath saying that that she didn't really speak to Abedin at all, when we know they were best buddies all the time. They hung out together. She was involved, helped smashing phones, and knew about her having an illegal server in her bathroom and just everything. She was just up to her eyeballs in it. And now she's married to the Hillary's best buddy, Soros's son. So, woohoo, yeah, she got herself in there really good with the Clintons and got more money and more power, and exactly what they all want is money and power, it seems like. And they don't care who they throw under the bus: kids, grandmas, your sister, your cousin, your mom and dad, everyone, a whole city, a whole village. Let's put it that way for Hillary Clinton. But this whole thing, it says Hillary's emails were the distraction. The real payload was on Anthony Weiner's laptop from hell. 650,000 messages tying the Clintons with Huma Abedin, child trafficking, Epstein links, and blackmail ops. I can believe all of it. But let me turn this up and make it bigger, and let's play this, see what's on here.
We got some of these memos. One of these memos involves the discovery of Anthony Weiner's laptop. We have some more huge news to get in front of you from inside the FBI. Just the News has learned that the Bureau has opened an investigation under Director Kash Patel into whether its own agents obstructed or interfered with politically sensitive cases such as those involving Hillary Clinton, Hunter Biden, and President Trump.
Weiner's laptop had kill switches in it. Anthony Weiner's laptop were ever released, the government would fall. Weiner's laptop had kill switches in it.
Hillary Clinton's emails on her unsecured personal server contained intelligence from the U.S. government's most secretive and highly classified operations called Special Access Programs, or SAPs.
These are the crown jewels of the American intelligence community of the United States government.
The intelligence community's Inspector General, Charles McCullough III, notified congressional oversight committees on January 14th. The letter says a comprehensive review by the intelligence agencies, who have final say on classification matters, found, quote, several dozen emails containing classified information at the confidential, secret, and top secret /SAP levels. That is even more sensitive than top secret and brings new scrutiny to the presidential candidate's handling of government secrets.
If this information is compromised, we're going to suffer very serious national security damage. There's no mistake. You don't accidentally stumble across it and not realize what it is.
Access to these programs is highly restricted and on a need-to-know basis only. The State Department spokesman had not seen the letter, but added,
there are reviews and investigations going on about past email practices here at the department, and I am simply not at liberty to discuss the content.
The new findings are striking, given Clinton's first public statement about her personal server.
There is no classified material, so I'm certainly well aware of the classification requirements.
According to court documents, former CIA Director David Petraeus was prosecuted for sharing special access program intelligence with his biographer Paula Broadwell. Both Petraeus and then Secretary of State Clinton were required to sign non-disclosure agreements promising to protect special access programs with the understanding that a failure to do so has significant legal consequences.
I think this is a real test for the administration as to whether they're going to apply the law in a fair and equal way and treat Hillary Clinton the same way that David Petraeus was treated.
A new email first obtained by the Daily Caller shows the State Department knew about the personal account as early as August 2011, and suggestions to use a government BlackBerry and a .gov account were rejected by Mrs. Clinton's aide, Huma Abedin. Brett.
Obama Justice Department ordered federal lawyers to do and not to do concerning the Hillary Clinton email investigation. Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge tells us in sworn testimony on Capitol Hill, one of the insiders told lawmakers what she was told.
During closed-door testimony last summer, former FBI lawyer Lisa Page said the Obama administration's Justice Department advised the FBI not to pursue the gross negligence statute for Hillary Clinton in the mishandling of classified information. Former U.S. Attorney and House Republican John Radcliffe led the line of questioning about the statute, known as 18 U.S.C. 793. Radcliffe, you're making it sound like it was the department that told you you're not going to charge gross negligence because we're the prosecutors. Page interrupted. That is correct. Page's testimony appears to conflict with then FBI Director James Comey's recommendation in July 2016 against criminal charges for Clinton.
What I can assure the American people is that this investigation was done honestly, competently, and independently. No outside influence of any kind was brought to bear.
The Republican-led House Oversight and Judiciary Committee investigation ended in January. With Democrats now in control, the committee's new ranking Republican made the Page transcript public.
The transcript releases show an inherent two-tier system, one in which Hillary Clinton gets the treatment that she got, where there was actually at first concern that they were going to charge her, and then with Loretta Lynch in charge, before she recused herself, made it very clear that that was not going to happen.
The tip-off came from a chart drawn up by federal investigators assigned to the Clinton case known as Mid-Year Exam. Fox News has confirmed that the chart listed possible federal statutes for prosecution. Next to gross negligence was a notation, quote, DOJ not willing to charge this, Only known cases are military, cases when accused lost the information. In response to the page revelations, the president tweeted the transcripts, quote, make the Obama Justice Department look exactly like it was, a broken and corrupt machine.
It was filled with crap that wasn't supposed to be there. We never get to see it. Supposedly 9 cops watched the videos on Weiner's laptop. They had to keep leaving the room because they couldn't stand what they were seeing. And all 9 are now dead. And there's names and faces and deadness, right? They're real people. Now you can say, well, maybe they died for other reasons. I go, but it's still 9 cops. You know, it's like the 5 cops who died after January 6th, right? 4 of them were suicides. According to AI, there were about 80 cops really in the thick of things. 4 of them died from suicide.
Interesting. Yeah, very interesting. It's just funny how so many people seem to bite the big one that are involved with Hillary Clinton or Bill. I mean, it's just sickening. But oh well, you know, that's the way it is. But it's finally starting. More and more people are starting to talk about it. What was really sad, and what I wish more people understood, is the fact that none of the news outlets talked about it. You know, it was only here and there, and it was like, you know, they're all, you could change the channel, click, 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 and it would always saying the same thing, like a broken record. And it always leaves out the same information on every channel. It's like they were all handed the exact same script, you know, read it this way or, you know, that type of thing. And there was a few people that came out after, you know, just recently talking about how they were suppressed when they tried to come out and talk about Comet Ping Pong or any of that stuff. They were saying, no, you can't do that. Whatever, you know, it's your job. We're not interested in that story. Yeah, I'm not interested because they were getting paid by somebody to shut the hell up. So it's disgusting. All of it's disgusting. But, you know, if people are open their eyes and ears, at least now you could hear some stuff, you know, some stuff coming out. But a couple of these you probably have already seen, but I'm trying to lead up to, you know, the newest stuff that's out, and I'm trying to do it all in order. But this is just us being told that President Clinton basically testified that
President Clinton
the president wasn't on there.
Right. And the president went on to say that the president, Trump, has never said anything to me to make me think he was involved, and he met with Epstein. So just, I know there's a lot of curiosity about President Trump. I thought that was an interesting thing that President Clinton said. So I'll let the Democrats have the podium and they can answer your questions, but we'll come to President Clinton.
So basically, we're getting more and more stuff to prove that that Trump wasn't at the island hanging out with all the girls and stuff. And even though that's all they want you to look at. And it's so funny. Let me see if I can find it really quick. The one I wanted to share. Let's see. Is that it? No. Just give me a second. I can't remember which one it is. Darn it. I'll also have to bring up my own channel. It was like only 65 people in the Senate. I think it was the Senate that voted to, maybe it was Congress, maybe it was that, voted to not, or to release all the names of all the people in office that work, you know, for in DC, their list of names of all the people who've been accused of, you know, sexual harassment type stuff, you know, grabbing ass and, you know, that kind of stuff. And we have taxpayer dollars that pay these people off. And I talked about this early last year, showing the little thing that they had set aside, you know, to pay 100,000 here, 50,000 there, and make them sign non-disclosures because, oh, he grabbed my ass, or he grabbed my chest, or whatever, or he said this or that, or he pulled me down on his lap, you know, that kind of stuff. they wouldn't release the names. Over 360 something people voted not to release the names. And those people, I guarantee if you could go down the list of names, they're the ones that were screaming Epstein, Epstein, Epstein as loud as can be. The same people that don't want to release their own names. You see what I mean? It's so freaking fucked up. It's so messed up. And it pisses me off. Let me say hi to a few people. Hey, you guys. Thank you for stopping in. I really, really appreciate it. I am doing after hours. I try to have special people on here and interview them about, whatever they have going on, like writing a comic book, or they're an artist or a sculptor, or they get a brand new channel, or they have a book coming out, things like that. But when I don't have anyone, I just fill it in with stuff that other people may not want to talk about on the shit show. So I just bring it up on here. But I'm just right tonight. I'm just talking about the Clintons, Clintoncide themselves, basically, to Congress by lying. And, when we blatantly have tons of pictures showing that Maxwell was at their daughter's wedding. They gave an award to her after all the stuff started coming out about the, people being accused of doing things. And they still gave her an award for the Clinton Foundation. And now we're finding out more and more that the Clinton Foundation was started off with these people. So it's just ridiculous that Clinton actually thinks, because I'm Hillary, you can't touch me, basically. So I think she's messing with the wrong people, because I don't know of anybody that is in this administration that she has by the balls, if you know what I'm saying, or playing grab ass with or whatever. So I think it's great. I want to see more people brought up, and I want more stuff to come out. But here's a little tidbit of the juicy disgustingness of Bill Clinton with his own lawyer sitting next to him. I watched some of it. I tried to watch as much as I could, but I have a real life too, and I have to watch what I can when I can. But to watch this part was just gross. He's just gross, anyways. And I've met him 4 or 5 times. Been to events that he was at, like Toya for the 10 outstanding young Kansans and things like that. I wouldn't even go up and shake his hand. So, ew, he's disgusting. He's disgusting. And I don't want to have nothing to do with him or his wife. But I have a right not to have to deal with them if I don't want to. But I want to share as much information as I can about him. But this was what's disgusting, is watching him answer questions. And then when he's handed the documents that have pictures of him sitting in a hot tub with a bunch of young girls, young women at the island. Okay. And you could see the joy on his face when he reminisces in his mind, remembering being there. And it's repulsive. His lawyer snatches it out of his hand, and he still takes it from her. So it's just gross. But I'm going to share this. Let me open this up, make it a little bigger. Here we go. Watch it. He just wants to look at the pictures.
Mr. President, we have
Look
about
how
5
happy
minutes
he is.
remaining in the majority's first hour. So I just want to ask you some questions related to the crimes committed by Mr. Epstein and Ms. Maxwell.
Look how happy he was to reminisce and look at those pictures. He's disgusting. He's just disgusting. Oh, God. Yeah, I would definitely agree with you. Yeah, I know a lot of people that say that. So, Yep, it's really disgusting, but you can't hide natural reactions. That's why it's so important that this stuff be live, not in behind closed doors. The fact that we were even able to see this stuff, some of the stuff that we're seeing, I don't understand why any of it was not live. He's not president anymore. She's nobody. So why in the hell do they have closed hearings? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I did not inhale. Oh, he's disgusting. Oh, this makes me want to barf. But yeah, he just was basically, if she let him look at it a little bit more, I think he probably would have had to change his pants, if you know what I'm talking about. It's disgusting. Oh, this makes my skin crawl. But this next one, it's more and more stuff like that is what was so gross. And so many people didn't get to see it. And if you're not on X or Facebook, I don't even know if Facebook even let you share some of this stuff. If you're not on the right platform, guess what? You won't even see any of it. You won't see nothing. If you're not savvy at being on your iPad and going all over the place, or your phone or your computer, you're not going to see squat. And they're not going to show it on the news. What news is going to show you him goggling and oogling over himself being in a hot tub with a bunch of young women? It's disgraceful. Yeah, I'm about to add another thing for you guys to see. I'm sorry. Give me a second. This one here. This was funny because this came across my timeline. It's showing you. It says on the top, pizza being delivered where Clinton is testifying today. 3D chess in play. I just thought that was funny because of the whole thing with Pizzagate, right? So here, this is where they were testifying, and look at all that pizza being delivered. I wonder who had it delivered there. Because they could have got Subway or Taco Bell or who knows what, but yet they decide to get pizza. Yum, yum. How much, oh, how disgusting. You know what I mean? But the thing is that it's coming out little by little. If people will pay attention to it, if people will share this stuff with other people and let them see the actual stuff as it's coming out, it would be awesome. But the thing is, so many people don't know shit. I mean, I have 4 sisters, and two of them, they don't. The only news they get is from me when I share in sister chats, and it's pathetic. Because most people just say, "Oh well, there's nothing I can do about it." The thing is, we have to be informed, so when things do come out, you're not duped by other people. They're just saying, "See, it's fake. It's not real." When this stuff's been coming out for years, and when you look at something that came out, 10 years ago, and now you're just now seeing it, it's because it's been suppressed. People don't want to share it. Like this right here. Everyone's going to say it's AI, but I'm telling you, it isn't. I've seen most of these pictures already way back years ago when this stuff first started coming out, before Epstein was charged the first time. People were leaking stuff. But, I guess better late than never. That's what I'll say. But this is showing Bill Clinton on the plane with Abedin right there, even though they testified that they didn't go anywhere, didn't go to the island or anything. It says Bill Clinton claimed he didn't remember flying on Jeffrey Epstein's plane with Huma Abedin. Here's an actual photo of Bill Clinton with Huma Abedin on Jeffrey Epstein's plane. And there's tons of.
When you say that, have you flown on the Lolita Express with Jeffrey? Objection.
I don't know what that is.
Have you flown on Jeffrey Epstein's plane with Huma Abedin?
Asked and answered. You may answer again. I don't remember, but I have flown. She's been sort of a part of our family for a very long time. So when I went to the Middle East, which I don't think I ever took a plane ride with Jeffrey Epstein, but she would typically go when I did.
So have you traveled with both of them together?
Excuse me, both of whom, Congresswoman?
Of course. Have you traveled with Jeffrey Epstein and Huma Abedin together?
I do not know.
Okay, thank you. When you say
So his wife, she testified before him, and she said that she hardly ever even spoke to Abedin about Epstein or had anything to do, ever spoke to him, said she knows of, that she's never spoke about him at all to her, except for getting ready for coming today to testify, is what she said. But they, just like what he just said, they've been friends for a very, very long time. And yeah, more and more of this stuff's going to come out, and it's going to be good. But yeah, he does seem credible, doesn't he? Very credible guy. Ooh and on over young girls sitting with him in a hot tub. And he is reminiscing. He'd love that. Disgusting. So I just wanted to share that because it just makes my skin crawl. He makes my skin crawl. Just disgusting. Ooh, terrible. People go on and on about how they feel sorry for Bill because he's married to Hillary. They're both exactly as nasty, I think. So I think they're both disgusting. But I wanted to share this. Gunther Eagleman shared this on X, and it says, "Holy crap!" Right after Luna gave some wild details about the depositions of Bill and Hillary Clinton, the author of The Spider Inside the Tangled Web of Jeffrey Epstein unpacked everything he could. So I'm going to play this really quick, and then we'll go down to the one that was underneath. Here we go.
Is the author of The Spider Inside the Tangled Web of Jeffrey Epstein. You just heard our interview with the Congresswoman. Anything you want to add?
I mean, just absolutely fascinating stuff. I mean, there's a lot to unpack, but I have to say right off the bat that if you can hack into the FBI, you can certainly get an individual into that jail to kill Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, you know, we're still learning so much more about exactly what happened the night of his death. In terms of Bill Clinton's testimony, I can't wait to see the tapes if they do release it. There was no question in my mind that he was compromised. You have to understand, on these trips, these foreign trips to Africa, to Asia, to Europe, who knows if Jeffrey Epstein didn't have the phones in the hotels wired in terms of listening in. I wouldn't put anything past him after what we're seeing in these files in terms of how he took advantage of people for compromise, for blackmail purposes. So I think the clock was ticking every time Bill Clinton was in a room with Jeffrey Epstein. And who knows what he really had? We don't know what was in the lockers that Jeffrey Epstein stored computers and hard drives. He was tipped off to the raids. He had PIs. Every time there was going to be a raid on one of his homes, they would remove the computers, they would remove material and hide them in storage lockers. So the FBI, we don't even know if they have all the evidence. What we're seeing is a trial being played out to some degree by the Oversight Committee, the trial that we didn't get because Jeffrey Epstein took his life.
And if you're getting tipped off to potential police raids, you have someone on the inside. And we still have not seen anything come out of all of the camera footage that has been seized in 5 of his properties.
Correct.
So the FBI is just sitting on this.
Well, the FBI...
That makes me suspicious of the FBI.
Listen, we don't know what they have. We don't know if the videotapes that were in these storage lockers were ever recovered. We don't know when that hacking took place, what was removed from the FBI files and documents. So there's a lot that we don't know. But what we do know is that this man was capable of blackmail, of compromise, of Prince Andrew, of Bill Clinton, of Bill Gates, the Prime Minister of Norway. We're finding out now may have.
I want to pause it for a second. I want you guys to see this photo right here. You see who's sitting next to Bill Clinton? That's Mick Jagger. That's Mick Jagger sitting there. There's a lot of names on this list of people who are at the island. And what's going to happen is once they get their testimony, and they'll go through the photos and stuff that they submitted to each of the people and saying you were on the plane, or you weren't on the island, or you weren't at the New Mexico ranch, blah, blah, blah. And they say no. And then they show all the pictures like he's been showing in the hot tub and in the pool and all that. And then they'll have to go and they'll have different people standing by the pool or whatever and showing the size, the walls, and the angles and stuff of the photograph to show you this is his pool. This was the plane. This is where they were standing when this picture was taken. All that kind of stuff. It takes time, but you got to remember they've only had this stuff for a certain amount of time, and they said there was millions and millions of pages and documents, right? Emails, phone calls, videotapes, just shit tons of evidence. So the fact that we're getting to see more and more of it shows that they are going through it and they are showing and sharing these documents. And you can go right now. I think it's just type in Epstein documents, from the government, and you can go there and you can start reading stuff. I've seen people posting their own videos on different platforms saying they wish you hadn't watched some of the stuff that they wish they never started digging. They wish they didn't know as much as they've known now. But I just wanted you to see that. This is Mick Jagger. It's not just Bill Clinton and a few other, lawyers, that work for the government or stuff like that. It's going to be actors and singers and models and other famous people, and other people we don't even know. I mean, like this guy, I don't know who this is, or maybe this guy standing here or whatever, but they're all interested in something. They're all watching something. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure they have other photos from this same event from different angles with different people. So look this guy up, this Barry Levine guy. Look him up and go and start looking into what his story is and what his book is, all the different stuff he's put out. So that's how you get informed. You start digging around yourself and read what you want, listen to videos that you want, and get the information yourself instead of relying on other people. I'm just trying to get people started in paying attention. If you're not already paying attention to what's going on, but that's the only way. The people, the United States of America, need to help the victims by finding out the truth yourself. And I've played, I don't know how many interviews with victims. A couple of them are no longer with us because they took their own lives, just like they said earlier. A lot of these people that are in the middle of this stuff always seem to die from suicide. It's interesting how that works out, but that's how it is. We have to work with what we have. But a lot of them gave testimony, tons and tons of hours of interviews talking about who was there, what they did, and all that stuff. And the only way for us to help them is by sharing the truth from their own mouths, their own videos that they've got. And you can look that up and get on YouTube and Rumble and other places and get stuff and share it as much as you can and get more and more people to see what the victims are saying and who they say was there. That's what I think is the most important. But all this stuff is important because you have to have them lying under oath, and then you have the pictures you show them, blah, the names, and they deny. Then you show, hey, there's no denying this. This is you with this person. This is you at this place, blah, 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 blah. So I just want to follow it as it unfolds, and hopefully somebody will be held accountable so the victims will actually see something happening because people believe them. We need to believe the victims. Stop listening to the lies of the people that we know are lying because it could have been your daughter. Just think about it that way.
was capable of blackmail, of compromise, of Prince Andrew, of Bill Clinton, of Bill Gates, the Prime Minister of Norway. We're finding out now may have been a target of blackmail. So he had tentacles all over the world. He was working with other countries, Russia, China, Iran, Israel. Who knows what he told these individuals?
All right, and we're going to have the testimony of the accountant and the personal lawyer in about 2 weeks. And if they tell the truth, that could crack this thing wide open. We'll see how it shakes out. Absolutely. Very good to see.
I hope it does. To me, it's already being cracked wide open. Each day, we get more and more stuff coming out. It's opening doors and bringing in other people. You know what I mean? It's bringing in new names. And so I don't know. Are we going to have another troll in here? I mean, you have nothing but to do is to have to hound people like me that has a teeny, tiny speck of a channel. Go to OnlyFans or somewhere like that and bother those people. Or go look for some porn bots on X. Go love them and enjoy yourself. Maybe you can even find some that look like young ones for you, since you seem to like Epstein so much. So hold on, you guys. I'm going to have to go on my own YouTube because I'm on StreamYard, so I can get rid of this person. I'll block him from my channel, but I have to go to this. I'm sorry. And I don't have anyone here to help me, so I'm going to do it by myself. I'm very sorry. They have such winners in here like this. We'll see. We'll find him on here. It's funny. I give people these ways to, help me out. And then when I do get somebody on here, they don't do anything. They're not able to. So what's his name again? Okay, there he is. Let's see. Got to go to their channel and see you later, buddy. Now he'll just go make a new channel and a new account and then come back. That's what happens. Sorry about that, you guys. It sucks when you have trolls, but there's nothing I can do about it. I mean, I can't get rid of everybody. So we'll see. But oh well, they got to come in here and root for the child molesters and the rapists. But apparently they're the same. They're not any different. Just like people standing in front of cars when they're trying to stop criminals from getting in your house that aren't supposed to be here. Same thing, I guess. All right. I think it's this one. I'm not 100%. Oh yeah, here we go. This one was pretty interesting. I saw it come across my timeline and just wanted to share it with you guys. It says, to honor Bill Clinton's testimony under oath today, let me recount some of Bill's sexual predation. He's guilty as F. And this is from Buzz Patterson. When I was in the Air Force, military aide to President Clinton, I traveled with him everywhere. One night, we were returning to D.C. late after a long trip to Europe on an AF-1, whatever that is. We landed at Andrews Air Force Base in Maryland like we always do. We helicoptered on Marine One to the White House. We were all tired. It was around midnight when we landed on the South Lawn. I'm reading it, sorry. After deplaning with the nuclear football and a few of the president's bags, I followed him to the residence elevator and ensured he was good before sending him up to bed. The presidential valets were ready to receive him. I headed to my bedroom in the East Wing. I was bushed. I showered and crawled into bed, my bed, to fall asleep to the TV shortly thereafter. My phone rang, and it was the AF-1 presidential pilot. Buzz, we have a problem. And I said, oh shit, I thought. That's what he said. Apparently, Clinton had cornered a female AF-1 steward in the galley and molested her. She was young, a staff sergeant, and married with children. I knew her, liked her, and she was super sweet. Now she was in tears and sitting in front of the AF-1 pilot and commander. I asked the pilot, a really good guy, what she wanted, and he told me that she didn't want to be another bimbo. She wanted to remain in the Air Force and be promotable. All she wanted was an apology. She just wanted it to go away. And in the time of Monica Lewinsky, Paula Jones, and Kathleen Wiley, this wasn't surprising to me. It was, however, terribly disappointing and sad. I knew inherently that if I or anybody else in the military had done something similar, we'd be at Fort Leavenworth breaking big rocks into little rocks. Yet here was the commander-in-chief, and all he was facing was the prospect of an apology. I was appalled. So that morning, a few hours later, and as a young major, I had to walk to the Oval Office and tell the President of the United States that he needed to apologize to the young lady for his assault. Over my years as a combat pilot, I've been shot at with hot metal by men who really wanted to kill me, but this was the toughest day in my life. I remember on my way to talk with him thinking, I didn't sign up for this shit. And I'm going to share this link in the chat with you in just a minute. I approached Clinton in the Oval Office. I'd arranged for his personal aide to be there too. He was nonplussed, quiet, but he didn't seem ashamed or embarrassed. 2 weeks later, on our next trip, we got the two together on board AF-1 in the president's office, and he offered a contrite half apology. He didn't care. He was filling a square and covering his tracks. It was stunningly disappointing. If anybody in the military had done that, it would have been jail or both. It wouldn't have been Fort Leavenworth, but not for this president, not for this man. It was just another day. Yet another in my experiences of working for a man with absolutely no integrity and no moral fiber. Character matters in people, especially our leaders, and in Bill Clinton, there is none, or was none. So I just read the whole thing, and I would copy and paste it, but you can see it yourself, because I'm going to copy this link really quick. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to copy this and share it in the chat. And then I'm going to, for everyone who can't see it, because I think this is only going to share to YouTube, I'm going to post it. And then I will put it up on the screen for you like that. So all you got to do is type this in, and it will take you right to Buzz Patterson's post himself from his actual account on X. It's even got his blue check mark and everything, as you can see right here. This is his, Buzz Patterson. This is his account, and it's right now it's got 6,900 bookmarks and 64,000 likes and 21,000 shares. It's got over 2,000 people have commented on it. But go there and look at it yourself. Go there and read it yourself, and read some of his other stuff that he's got on his timeline because I think you'll be interested. But that's what I wanted to share with you real quick on that. And I'm going to keep it up for a little bit in case anyone who can't find it themselves, or look it up themselves. This way, I'm sharing it with you so you can see it. All right, let's see. The next thing I had to pull up, I think it's this one. Okay, yeah, this is another thing with Roger Stone, an interview with him. It says Roger Stone unloads on Hillary Clinton's claim that the Clintons had no links to Jeffrey Epstein. He points out the Clinton Foundation and Clinton Global Initiative, which I showed earlier with Ghislaine Maxwell, there in attendance to be honored by them. So she's so full of shit. They received early funding tied to Epstein while Bill Clinton flew on Epstein's plane about 27 times, and they call that a few. Stone also says there were photos of Epstein and Hillary Clinton contradicting claims she never met him, and notes Ghislaine Maxwell attended Chelsea Clinton's wedding. Yeah, and I've seen lots of those pictures, but let me open this up and share this with you.
Hillary Clinton says, we have no links to him. Really? The Clinton Foundation and the Clinton Global Initiative got their seed financing from Jeffrey Epstein. Bill, she says, was on his plane a few times for his charitable work. A few as in 27. To me, that's not a few. Also, this claim that I never met him. There are non-AI generated photos of Epstein with Hillary Clinton. So that's yet another lie. And the idea that she didn't know Ghislaine Maxwell. She was at Chelsea's wedding as a +1. Do you believe that? Because I don't.
No, I don't.
This is a woman who lied about the attack on Benghazi, lied that Americans died that day because of some video that had gone viral in a country in which most people don't have access to the internet. This is a woman who lied about having 33 classified documents on her illegal mail server. This is a woman who just last week was right back at it again, saying, well, the Republicans, interfered with the Russians in my election, for which there is no evidence whatsoever. So you have, in Bill and Hillary Clinton, you have two congenital liars.
Watch Brandon Daly on World.
Yeah, I will. I'm going to share their link also. So give me a second. I'm going to get that and put it in the chat, and I will share it so that you can all see it also on the other platforms that I can't type to. That's one thing. Every single time I do one of those surveys from StreamYard, they ask me what can make it better. And I say, make it so that I can type and put stuff in there so it goes to their chats also. It's sad that I have to have my phone open and try to swap back and forth just so that I can post stuff. But then I can't copy and paste it. I have to go and type each individual thing out for them. And it's just ridiculous. And, for me to pay, I pay monthly to be able to use this platform so that when I have a guest, they can put it on their channel and things like that. Because, I'm trying to learn how to do all this stuff, and I'm doing the best I can, but it's hard when I can only, stream this basically to one platform where they can actually read what I'm putting. Like when I post it, like right here, I'm posting it right now. And now I can share it up here, and it goes in the chat on YouTube, but it doesn't go to the Rumble, and it doesn't go to X, or if I did it on Kick or wherever else I'm doing it, nobody else gets it unless I personally go to that app and type it in there, or have, wrenches that are able to do all that for me. So they were the wedding crashers. Yeah, let me pull this up for you. Look at this. I'm going to do this again for the naysayer. Here we go. Share. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Damn it. I'm so bad at this. So hold on. I gotta stop this. And then I gotta open this other one up. See, I told you I'm learning, but I am learning a little at a time. There you go. It's for the naysayers. This is at a Clinton-based global initiative dinner, and they're honoring Ghislaine Maxwell, someone she doesn't even know. So why are they honoring this woman? And this was after abuse allegations had already been put out. So, and she could have said that. Now, she could have testified and said, oh, I remember meeting her and this, that, and the other at the beginning. But once we found out about it, we got out of that. See, she could have said that, but she said she didn't know her at all. And she's at her daughter's wedding, and she's got this. I mean, there's tons of evidence to prove that they're lying. So you can say anything you want, whatever, but I just proved you wrong. She was a guest at the wedding. So they weren't wedding crashers. I know the difference. It's sad that you don't, but oh well, that's okay. You have the right to believe whatever you want. But yes, I do remember the whole thing. There was a movie that just came out. What was it, last year or the ending of the year before, starring Tom Cruise, and it was called Mina. And it was all about the drug running between Columbia to Mena, Arkansas, and Clinton and a few others. I think Jim Guy Tucker might have been involved because I think he's in prison for that, and a bunch of cops that were dirty that were involved. But you just watch a movie and you can get pretty much the gist of what's going on if you want to do that. If you like Tom Cruise, you should love that. So enjoy that stuff. But yeah, it's pretty pathetic. But let's see, what was this other one I had? Is this it? Oh yeah, here we go. Here's another one. Just give me a second. I gotta stop this and bring up the next one. Give me 1 second. I keep clicking on the wrong link. I'm so sorry. I wish I was a little better at this, but oh, well, I'm not. Okay, here we go. This is another little thing of Bill Clinton. It says that he's during his deposition regarding his relationship with pedophile Jeffrey Epstein, Bill Clinton says he never lied under oath. Okay. And the question is, have you ever lied while under oath? And he says, no. Okay. Clinton was impeached for lying under oath about having an affair with an intern. Remember that? Oh, and he didn't inhale either when he was smoking pot. Here we go. Listen to this.
First question I have for you, Mr. President. Have you ever lied in a deposition?
No.
Have you ever lied while under oath?
No.
First question I have.
Just did it again. He's so full of shit and disgusting. Oh, can't stand him. But I just hope people are watching this and realizing what total losers they are. They play everybody like a violin or whatever. I mean, like a harp. They take, and they drain everyone of everything. I mean, heck, when they moved out to go to the White House, they moved out from Arkansas. They basically took the furniture and everything. I mean, just like when they moved out of the White House, they just took they just take everything. They take anything they can. And that's how they are with people. They just take until there's nothing left. Everyone I know that's ever met them has regretted it. The people I know in person. Because you got to remember, my family, my mother and my dad lived in Arkansas for many, many years. So it's pretty disgusting. Yeah, Hot Springs, Arkansas was a big party area because they had, I think it was in the 50s. I'm not for sure that, Elizabeth Taylor and a lot of the supposedly like mafia people used to go to Hot Springs. It's a beautiful town, though. I try to take people there whenever I can and tell them to go get a bath and a massage and go walk through the beautiful, beautiful city of Hot Springs because it is breathtaking. It's all nestled in the mountains and it has natural hot springs that come up out of the ground. It is really, really beautiful. But I wanted to share that because it's it's repulsive. He's repulsive. I can't get out of my head him looking at those pictures and just, basically, enjoying, reminiscing while he's looking at those photos. It's disgusting. But okay, here's the next thing I found about the Clintons. So here we go. All right. The Clintons gave Ghislaine Maxwell a Clinton Foundation Award in 2013 after it became clear of her involvement with Epstein's notorious child trafficking ring. Remember, I just showed you the wonderful picture? The ties between the Clintons and Epstein ran much deeper than they want you to know. And I can tell you right now, I'm trying to remember the name of the ranch in New Mexico. Damn it, I hate that I can't remember it. But the thing is, I don't know how many times they even went to that. So it's I don't know. It's just disgusting and I hope they don't get away with it. I really do. I'm praying for the truth to come out and for them not to be able to just walk away.
Yeah, Laura, everybody in those circles knew that Maxwell and Epstein were attached to the hip. So how the hell did she end up there? And then they're supposed to distance themselves further. And they gave her an award in 2013 after Bill Clinton's body man and top aide tried to distance and said, hey, staff, Clinton Foundation, don't ever have Maxwell in again. And he reported right to Bill. So who overruled him? I think it's either the last name is probably a Clinton. Yeah, Laura, they knew everybody in those circles.
Hildebeest. That's my nickname for her. I have the right to call her whatever I want. I mean, you can call me whatever you want. It doesn't mean I have to listen to you, but I'm sure she'll never give me the time of day because I'm just a dweeb. I'm just a nobody. But that's fine with me because I don't care if I ever meet her in person. She's disgusting and repulsive. But it's sad. Yes, I liked Hot Springs. I still like Hot Springs. I think it's a beautiful city. Arkansas is a beautiful state. It really is. It's many, many, many lakes. It's great for hunters and fishermen. It's beautiful. Has so many natural things. Oh, and we also have a diamond park. It used to be an old diamond mine, and now they let you go and you buy a ticket, and you can spend the whole day there. Take your kids and find a little place and pop up your little chairs and your buckets and stuff and start digging. Many, many people have left with big diamonds and happy. It's fun and it's a good experience. If you decide to ever come to Arkansas, go to the caves, do some tours of that kind of stuff, and then go to the diamond. I can't remember the name of it. It's Diamond something Park or whatever, but it's an old diamond mine, and you can actually find your own diamonds. It's really nice. You go to Hot Springs too? Yeah, it is beautiful. I really think it's beautiful. It's a shame that we're scarred with the Clinton scars, but it's got some beautiful buildings. It's just gorgeous. And the whole state of Arkansas is beautiful, and the people love it. I mean, they try to take care of it because they like hunting, they like fishing, and most people, don't pollute. And then they do have groups that volunteer. You'll see names on the sides of the roads and stuff that says that this mile or whatever is taken care of by this group or whatever, because a lot of people love it. And we have Junior Chamber of Commerce. We have other organizations that also volunteer whenever we have tornadoes, because it is a portion of it is Tornado Alley where I live. I lived right in the path of the total eclipse, so to me, that's like almost perfect for the Tornado Alley area that it covered. It sure seemed like it, because my parents live down near Sevier County, and they get hit a lot with tornadoes because it's flatter down there. I'm more up in the mountainy area, so it's a little harder for us to get an actual real hit. Now we'll get lots of wind, and we'll also get lots of hail. Really bad hail. and lots of rain and things like that. But I'm pretty lucky that the area that I live in, on knock on wood, has never actually been hit head on with a tornado. But yes, that's the one bad thing about living in Arkansas. What's funny is I left Louisiana, New Orleans, to come here, and I used to get hit with hurricanes. So hurricanes to tornadoes. But that's the risk you take depending on what state you decide to live in. Do you want it to be really hot? Do you want it to be really dry? Do you want snow? Here I've got ticks and humidity and tornadoes. So it takes the right kind of person to live in the right kind of state. But there's a state for everyone. We're very lucky to be in the United States of America, because America has, from one coast to the other, everything: tropical, desert, mountainous, flat plains. It's just got so many different places to live. And you can just drive a couple states and you can go see Mount Rushmore. You can go see the Grand Canyon. You can go see Niagara Falls. You can go see the Redwood Forest. I mean, we've got so much beauty, and so many people that love this country. And we have freedom to bear arms, and freedom of speech, which a lot of other countries don't have. And so many of us, I think, take that for granted. It's really sad, isn't it? But I just want to say thank you to everybody who hung out with me for a little while tonight. I really appreciate it. As you can tell by my shirt, socialism sucks. And I don't ever want to live under it. I'm fighting to get people to listen with their ears and to look things up and read, share information, and you love your families. Be there for your friends, and it's going to get better. But we have to help each other. Got to be there for each other and be there for our states. Because if we can fight for our states, one state at a time, we can take back our country from the federal government. It's overreach, because I do believe in small government. Government should protect our borders and keep us from being invaded, basically. That's pretty much all that the federal government should be doing. Our state constitutions are supposed to protect us in our states for different things that we want. And that's how it should be done. That's how our forefathers wanted to see it. But I just want to say thank you very much. And hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. And hopefully you might stop in to see me tomorrow night when I do the Friday Night Shit Show. Now, we won't be talking about this stuff really, because that's why I wanted to bring it tonight. We'll probably be talking more about Iran, things like that. But oh, really? That's interesting. My grandfather sold his house on Lake Hamilton to Bill Clinton. I've been to Lake Hamilton many, many times. My first time I ever bungee jumped, I bungee jumped off of a crane hanging over the water on Lake Hamilton. And then I went to the Cock of the Walk restaurant later that night. It was great. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And yeah, my mother, I think my mom and dad got to meet Bill and Hillary Clinton. Now, I did get to meet, I think it was Jim Guy Tucker, and I got to meet Huckabee when he was first running years ago, because I came and I volunteered. My mother did a lot of stuff like that, volunteer work, and I would come sometimes and work concerts, selling beer or whatever it is, to raise money for different groups that were trying to raise money. And if I was able to come, I would help. I would go with my mom or driver or whatever. But I remember I got to meet, I think it was Jim Guy Tucker, and I got to meet Janet Huckabee and Mike Huckabee at it was called, I'm trying to remember, just give me a second. It was a long time ago. It was a Mount Nebo chicken fry. That's what it was. I went there and I got to serve chicken and pass out like snow cones and things like that. But I remember helping my mom with that. It was interesting. It was a lot of fun, but there was a lot of people all running for different offices. Democrats, independents, and Republicans are all at one big event. It's real big. And, a lot of people like to help out. You have lots of groups of people all helping each other. And that's what's good about living in smaller towns, because people aren't so assholes. You know what I'm saying? They're not assholes to each other. It doesn't matter what church you go to, and if you're different religions or whatever, everybody's, cordial with each other. And I wish we could do that more. I really do. I wish there wasn't so many people that are so, because when there's a tornado, nobody cares. When your house has been hit by a tornado, no one comes running up and saying, "Who'd you vote for?" Nobody does that. We just help people and make sure they have water and a place to sleep, clean clothes, that kind of stuff, and help evacuate people and help them clean up to some of the debris and stuff like that. I mean, that's what people do in Arkansas. But thank you very much, everyone. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and hope you stay out of trouble. See you later.